Hi friends, welcome to Coordinate, and today we want to understand the different types of operators that are available in PHP. These operators, of course, the keyword operators, you can tell that they just allow us to do certain operations either to the variables, to the values, or to the value and variables when it comes to PHP. So you can tell from the actual code that I've only implemented the comments that are allowing me, of course, to remember the actual operators that I need to implement. So at first we implement the arithmetic operators, then secondly we implement the assignment operators, then we implement the increment operators and decrement operators. Then on the fourth session we will see how we can actually work with the comparison operators, and lastly we have the fifth type of operator, which is called the logical operators. So now how do we work with the logical operators? Well, definitely logical operators are simply the actual mathematical operators that we also know: the plus, minus, division, multiplication sign, and the modulus. If you've not digged in deeper into programming, then you can tell that okay, a modulus is the only arithmetic operator that might sound new, but don't worry, it's easy, and we'll see how we can implement. So to implement different operators in PHP, of course you can also take note that I've just implemented the comments, and these comments, they won't be executed by the server, hence we won't see them on the browser. So to implement the arithmetic operators, let's create at least two variables where we'll see on how they work. So variable 1 will be simply variable A is equal, let's give it a value, maybe 13. Then let's also implement another variable. We want to see how arithmetic operators work in PHP. So let's also implement another variable, which is B. Let's just give it, let's give it a value 27. So that is the actual two variables that we've implemented so far. So let's see how does now the plus as an operator in PHP work. So we can echo the actual content that is in A and B, of which we know it's 13 and 27. At the same time, we can implement or add an arithmetic operator, any of the operator, for we to just see on how they work in PHP. So we can say okay, variable B should be added to variable A, and definitely we expect the addition of the content inside these variables, and from there we will see the output. If we are to go on our browser, definitely I'm using, of course, Google Chrome, and if you want to reach at this stage where you've already integrated the IDE with the browser and also with the server, which is XAMPP server, please check the description. There is a video that will teach you up to this stage where you reach, and then from there you can start coding and doing the implementation. So we are saying okay, echo the content in B in addition to the content in A. Since we are dealing with addition as an arithmetic operator, then definitely we expect the answer 40 to be printed out, because 13 plus 27, definitely it's a 40. Another operator that we can of course see on how it is done and how the operations are done is simply the minus, the subtraction operator. Definitely we'll see 14, because 27 minus 13, it's 14. Another operator, arithmetic operator, that we can denote on how it works is simply the division operator. Definitely we'll see 2 point and blah 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 blah, the actual number which we get when we divide 13 into 27. That is the complete division of 27 divided by 13. Another, of course, arithmetic operator that we can denote its work is simply the multiplication operator. Definitely we'll see 351, because 27 times 13, it is definitely 351. Another operator that we can work with is simply the modulus. Now take note, a modulus will return the actual remainder that will remain when we divide 13 into 27, and if we refresh, definitely we'll see a 1, because 13 goes into 27 2 times. We even saw that from the actual implementation of the division as a an operator on its own. So like this, then we can use the arithmetic operators to making of a calculator, calculating the value added tax between two numbers, and also doing all the functions that are related to mathematics. So these are what we call arithmetic operators, and this is what they actually do. Other types of operators that we can work with in PHP are operators which are called the assignment operators. Now, how can we work with the assignment operators? Well, definitely an assignment operator, one of the very first operators that we've been working with from the start of this course, is simply an equal sign. That is definitely an assignment operator. Other types of operators are simply the conjunction of the arithmetic operators with the assignment operator, which is the main one, the equal sign. When we assign it to any arithmetic operator, we come up with a new type of an assignment operator. Let's just implement a line break for we to be printing out the other content also in new lines, for we not to be sticking on the same line, and of course to provide that neatness sake. So we want to see how other assignment operators are worked on in PHP. So to implement first, the very first assignment operator is an equal sign. Immediately when we create a variable like y is equal to 15, definitely we've implemented the first and the main assignment operator, which is an equal sign, because we're saying okay, y is equal to 15. 15 should be sent to y. Whenever we see y, we are thinking of 15, and whenever we see 15, we are thinking of y as a variable in PHP. So now, how do other operators actually work? Like the arithmetic operator, where we embed a plus as an arithmetic operator in conjunction with an equal sign as an arithmetic operator. So this is how they work. For example, we can say variable y is added to, of course, 10 as a number. So what we are saying is, okay, we are implementing a new assignment operator where we are adding the content in y to 10. Then the actual answer should be given to y. And then if we echo out the content in y, then we expect the addition of 15 and 10 together to be printed out. So we'll say, okay, echo y as a variable. We are adding, please get this clear, we are using the second type of operator, which is simply the conjunction of one of the arithmetic operator with an assignment operator, which is an equal sign. And we are saying, okay, we should add, this is what it means here, we should add 15 to 10, and the answer should be given to y. Let's go back on our browser and see if this is definitely working, and this will see how it actually works. So okay, this is what we are saying. If we refresh, definitely we'll see 25 being printed out, because we are adding the content in y to 10. So this is what this assignment operator, which is the conjunction of a plus and an equal sign, actually does in PHP. And if we use another type of an arithmetic operator, let's say a multiplication sign, we join it to the equal sign, which is a type of an assignment operator, definitely we come up with a new assignment operator. And here what we are saying is, okay, 15 should be multiplied with 10, and then the answer should be sent to y. Hence we are sending the answer of multiplying 15 and 10 to y. If we refresh, definitely we see a 150, because that's what we've done. Another type is simply the division. If we implement again a division as a type of an arithmetic operator to an assignment operator, which is an equal sign, definitely we are dividing 10 into 15, and the answer should be, of course, 1.5. So this is what we are doing when it comes to assignment operators. We can mix an equal sign, which is an assignment operator, to another arithmetic operator to come up with a newly made assignment operator, and this is what its work is, and this is what is actually happening. What other operators can we talk about in PHP? I've just copied and pasted that line break for you to be printing also the next content on a new line. Other types of operators that we can work with are called increment operators, which of course 2 plus signs, and decrement operators, which are of course 2 minus signs. To see and do a practical approach on them, this is what they do. Let's create a variable, let's call it z is equal to 100, and we of course implement a semicolon to terminate this line. So we can say, okay, echo the content in variable z, but instead of just printing out 100, let's now add on the decrement operators, meaning reduce a 1 from 100 and then print out the answer. Because this is pre-decrement, we are saying, okay, 100 should be decremented by 1, and then from there we need to print out the actual answer. If we go on our browser, definitely when we refresh, 99 will be printed out because we are pre-decrementing the value in 100. This is what we call decrement operators in PHP. You will see how we'll be working with them when we reach the level of looping in PHP. So what we can again do is we can add a 1 to 100 before it is printed out. This is again called pre-increment in PHP. We are incrementing this by 1, which is 100, increment by 1, which is 101, and then we print out. In addition to pre-increment, which is of course we have pre and post, which can either be decrement or increment. We can again have what is called a post increment. So we can say, okay, so after printing out the value in z, which is 100, add 1 to it. So meaning only 100 will be printed out because we are adding 1 to 100 after printing out the value in z. Again, we can say, okay, after printing out the value in 100, then reduce the actual value with a 1. This is now post because we are putting the increment and the decrement after the actual variable. So here if we refresh, definitely we will still stick to 100. But if we are to echo out again the value in z, we can say, okay, let's implement a line break, and then we say, okay, echo the value in z. Then definitely, since we implemented the actual post decrement, then that's when we'll see a 99. So here we are first printing out the value and then do the operation. Even here we are first printing out the value, which is 100, and then do the operation. So definitely here we'll see 101. So this is what we call pre and post increment and decrement respectively in PHP. Then the other types of operators that are readily available in PHP are what we call the comparison operators. Though we won't talk about the comparison operators for now, just have the theory on them. You will definitely see how they work in our next session when we start working with the conditional statement, the if, else and else if statement. So two equal sign simply stands in for the equal. So we are saying, okay, value here is equal to this value. That's what the two equal sign actually mean, equal. Then when we of course do that and an equal sign, then we are saying not equal. If we do that, of course we know this sign greater than. If we do that, then we know also this sign less than. And then if we do this, then we are saying, okay, the value here should be greater than or equal to the value that's on the right hand side. Then again, when we do this, we are saying, okay, the value here should be less than or equal to the value on the right hand side. Other types of operators are called the logical operators. Then we implement these signs, of course the ampersands, when we want to denote the AND operator. Then these, the pipe symbols, two pipe symbols, simply denotes the O, and this sign definitely simply denotes the NOT. You will see how they work immediately when we start working with the conditional statements, the if, else and else if statement, and the switch statement in addition to the loops. Else, this is the very basic information we can present on the operators in PHP, how we can work with the arithmetic operators, plus, minus, division, multiplication, and modulus, how we can work with the assignment operators, the equal sign, and also the other assignment operators that are associated to the arithmetic operators to create new assignment operators. And here again, this is how we work with the increment operators, which is the plus, and the decrement operators, which is the minus, whether they are pre or post. Pre meaning operations should be done before printing out, and post meaning operations should be done after printing out. Please stick to coordinate, and let's proceed on our next session as we understand one of the very basic conditional statement, which is the if, else, and else if statements. Please don't also forget to subscribe. You are on coordinate.